Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Mandy Chick, of course, who drives the 74 in the ARCA Menard series, and who just is coming off a top 5 at Daytona. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well. So kind of just describe how Daytona went for you, because it's pretty good.
Yeah, Daytona was an absolute blast. I like to start out by saying that it was just such an honor for me to get the opportunity to race there. A lot of really great drivers in the industry have been able to race there, and there's just so much history there. Daytona is just a cool place. I was in awe all weekend, and I was really excited to race. We went in with the goal of maybe a top 15 or a top 10, and just learn a lot and be able to have some information to move forward. And to come out of it with the top 5 was just, it was surreal for us and really exciting. And I feel like we're really getting our program on track.
Yeah. So kind of talk about, since it's the first time you've been on this channel, so just kind of talk about how you kind of got your start in racing.
Yeah, so I'm a third generation racer. I'm the first female in my family to race. My grandpa built engines and cars, and my dad drove asphalt modifieds, crew chiefed for several drivers, and then together my dad and grandpa owned a NASCAR truck team from 2001 to about 2006. And when they sold that is when I showed an interest in racing. So I started racing when I was 6 years old in quarter midgets. At 12, we transitioned to V8 dirt modifieds against mostly grown men. 13, I was approved for the NASCAR home tracks program. I was one of the last drivers under 14 years old to get approved for that. And then we won the 2016 NASCAR Missouri State Rookie of the Year, racing asphalt pro late models. Since then, we've been racing pro late models until about last year, with a part-time dirt midget campaign as well. And then last year we knew that it was time for our program to transition. We had success at the level that we were at, but we really wanted to move forward. So ARCA became a feasibility for us. We have great marketing partners who are able to support that big transition for us. So we bought an ARCA program last year, raced at IRP. That was our debut last year. And then did Milwaukee as well. And then Daytona is our third race in the ARCA series, and we're building for many more. Okay,
so kind of talk about what your plans are for this season. I know it was talked about that full-time, part-time. So what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're doing about 12 to 14 races. We've got several that are already nailed down, and then others that are kind of still depending or up in the air based on my school schedule, since I am a full-time student, and juggling that on top of my full-time racing career. So we'll do Talladega next. We can't make Phoenix, and I hate that, but we'll do Talladega next, and then Kansas May 6th. I'm excited about that one because it's a race shop, and that's an easy one for us. It's something that I've always dreamt of, racing at Kansas as a kid, just driving by there all the time. So we'll race there twice this year, one in May and one in September. Yep. And then hopefully go to Bristol in September as well. I love Bristol. It's a cool track. I have experience there in a pro late model, and I think we could do really great things at Bristol. We'll probably do IRP and Milwaukee, and then there are some that are still kind of up in the air.
So you're from the Midwest, are you?
I am. Yep. I'm from a small town outside of Kansas City. It's called DeSoto. And it's just a little town, but we're a family-owned team, and our shop is right in our backyard. So it's nice. Great.
Yeah. So talk about, you're a student at Rolls-Holman. That's not an easy school to get into. So
no, not at all.
So what are you studying?
Yeah, so I'm getting my bachelor's in mechanical engineering. I have 2 minors, economics and entrepreneurial studies. And then at the same time, I'm also doing my master's in engineering management. That's through a new program that they just rolled out in the last couple of years called Rose Squared, where you can get 2 degrees in 4 years or under at no extra cost. That's that's a huge opportunity. It's a lot to juggle on top of my racing, but I'm loving it. It's been so great.
So talk about this this Drive to Inspire tour.
Yeah, so that is my speaking tour. And we have an announcement coming out soon for that, but it's something that I did before COVID and was kind of put on a halt through COVID because, of course, I couldn't go into schools. But it's focused towards middle schools and high schools. And I also can dip into some elementary schools as well. But it's kind of focused on kindness, self-confidence, being a driven individual, having a clear focus and goal, and just working hard for your goals, that perseverance, and sharing my story of the things I've overcome in my career. So that's kind of what the focus is. And like I said, we've got some good announcements coming out soon that we're getting that all back up and rolling, and I'm really excited about.
Yeah, it's that sounds really good. So what inspired you to do that?
So I needed a role model when I was growing up through school, and obviously had some adversity going through, my career as a young female in the racing industry, and then stepping into the STEM world, which is still male dominated. And for me, it's just my message of, you can do anything you put your mind to as long as you work hard and you have that focus and drive. And so it's something I'm really passionate about. I love using my platform to speak to younger individuals. So that's kind of where that focus and inspiration is.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So kind of talk about, of course, I know you're not doing Phoenix, but Talladega is coming up there. It's another big track, and it's an opportunity to really get a good finish. And if we saw what we saw in Daytona, I cannot wait for Talladega.
I can't wait for Talladega either. It's going to be an absolute blast. And I can't believe that I have to wait until April 22nd. I don't know how I'm going to wait that long, because I'm just giddy about it. I sure hope so. But that kind of track is just my kind of track. Big track, high bank, fast. Obviously, Daytona went really well for us, and if we can take what we learned there and apply it to Talladega, I think we can better. So I'm really excited. One of the things I really need to focus on, and I've struggled for a long time, is qualifying runs. And of course, we had some difficulty with qualifying runs at Daytona, just with the pack that we were in, and some issues that we had in practice and all. But I think that if we can get that figured out and start in a good position in the field, I think we would really have a shot at being, again, in the top 5 or even better.
Yeah, for sure. That is that's gonna be a fun race. And then just going back to Daytona and just coming off the top 5, and people they're talking about, I heard they were talking about you both the rewatch the Fox broadcast, and then I heard the MRN broadcast during the race, and they both were really kind of talking about just you and just your story and all that. What's it like to just get all that attention from everybody? And it's like, wow, I'm racing at Daytona, and people like my story and are talking about me.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm still kind of getting used to it, because and I keep telling my friends this, I'm just me, and so the fact that people have picked up on my story is it's exciting for me, but it's important that I remain me and approachable. And that's something that's really important to me, is being the type of driver that no matter how much I have going on, anyone can walk up to me and pick my brain and ask questions, and I will talk your ear off if I have the chance to. But it's really exciting, because it's great value that obviously we can bring our marketing partners, but it really is a great opportunity to share what I'm passionate about and what I'm out there to do, which is with Rose Holman, we're trying to increase that awareness for diversity in STEM. And so just having a large platform and many listeners that can listen to that and see what all I'm doing and what I'm passionate about, it really certainly contributes to our goal of getting those messages out there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Mandy Chick, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. And Congrats on the run at Daytona and best of luck at Talladega in a few months.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.